let's get started. Let's assume that, this isn't a free call that I'm giving you, and you were like, oh, I really need to work on this, or, this is what I'm struggling with. So hit me with that, and a little bit of background on you so I know. All right, it's easy. This many lays, this many relationships, this is how I was in high school. I was the cool kid, I was the loser, I was the outcast. Then I was like this in college. So give me like a 5-minute biography so I kind of know who I'm dealing with so then I can tailor the
Perfect.
advice to that person. And then give me your question and then we'll ad lib it from there.
Okay. Yeah, too easy.
Okay.
So, starting in high school, I would say not an outcast growing up. I've always been good with women, very social.
Hmm.
However, did not know how to get women in high school.
So
So it
they were
wasn't until a
attracted to
couple.
you, but you couldn't actually get the pussy.
Correct, correct. I didn't know like the actions to go through to like score. Had no one really guiding me. So I definitely had women like me. Like years later, I had a lot like female friends be like, "Oh my God, like so many girls loved you." And so it was like very frustrating. I was like, God damn it. Like, what the fuck am I doing? What the fuck am I doing in my life? Like,
Right.
where am I going wrong? Rolling to college, still struggling. Again, no one to give me advice. I started dressing better on my own.
Nice.
Started to figure some things out, but still like zero, like nothing. I didn't want to join a frat because it seemed weird to pay for sex, in my opinion, in a way.
Okay.
Um, so it wasn't until I hit, let's say 20, and this was 2010.
Okay.
I found Girls Chase, and I like dove in hard into this shit, and I was like, I'm going like balls to the wall,
Uh-huh.
and it went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Really?
Um, yeah, so I just started like pushing hard, dressing better, approaching a lot of women, and so I just kind of started stacking it on my own. Um, right after college, joined the military, became a military officer. It became a little bit of a struggle, just moving around so much. Tinder had just come out in 2013.
Uh-huh.
So I was kind of gaming that pretty hard back when it was a gold mine.
Were
Uh,
you, wait, let me guess. I'm gonna guess Army.
yeah,
Okay. I was like, no, not Navy. No, not Air Force. I was like, and then Marines, you're not eating crayons. So yeah, definitely
fuck.
Air. Yeah, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, so dove into that scene pretty hard. Was still approaching here and there. I try not to live near army bases because that's just a shithole.
Right, right.
And no wit.
Depend hippopotamuses and fucking
Yep.
yeah. I know the deal. I know the deal. Yeah.
Yeah, no women I'd ever want to
Yeah,
approach.
yeah.
So
Barracks bunnies. No, no, no. Not about that life.
yeah, yeah. Never lived in a barracks. Luckily, being an officer. So a lot of Tinder in cities. But again, approaching was difficult if I wasn't near a city.
Hmm.
So again, my lay count wasn't the highest going through the military. I did well, surprisingly, from what I've been told, but nothing where I was like, "Oh, I'm proud of myself."
Okay.
Um, got out of the military uh, back in 2019.
Well,
Um,
what was your motivation? So, were you just horny, or did you like just were you fascinated with women, or was it a revenge against your old self? What was the main motivation?
I feel like there's all three. But I have to say, like, my main motivation is I just love women. Like,
Okay.
women are amazing. They're fun.
Yeah.
It's it's just a fun process.
Yeah.
Like, nothing to be bitter about. Like, I wasn't mad at women for not doing all the work for me when I was young.
Hmm.
Yeah. So then the frustration with myself came into that, just wanting to be a better man overall.
Hmm.
And then honestly, once you just kind of started going, it's a fun process to
Yeah.
start getting better at.
Okay. Okay. That helps me. Okay. Sorry to interrupt.
No, no, interrupts away. So after I got out of the military, I haven't really had any long-term relationships. I had one in the Middle East. I met an Irish contractor who was 6 years older than me.
Okay.
I was 26, she was 32. Um, Fell in love hard with that one. Just gorgeous blonde.
Uh oh.
And yeah, my,
Yeah. Yeah. Uh oh. Okay.
yeah, my weakness. So fell in love with that girl. Again, she was great. It just wasn't going to work
Okay.
past deployment because she wasn't coming out to the U.S. and I
Oh,
again
so it
couldn't
wasn't
really
anything. It wasn't anything personal. Yeah. Okay.
correct. Yeah, nothing personal. It was just kind of a. I think life's going to take us two different directions.
Hmm.
So that one kind of hit me hard. Again, it's hard to lose someone you care about who it doesn't end poorly with.
That's the worst, actually, because you
Yeah,
can't hide behind, oh, they fucked up or I fucked up. It's literally just, no, it couldn't happen. That's the
yeah,
worst. Yeah.
yeah. The no closure like
Hmm.
really hits you.
Hmm.
Um, that was a hard one. That one stuck with me for years. I didn't really go into a hole. I was still approaching women, sleeping with women.
Hmm.
Um, and then it wasn't until 2021, so a couple years ago, I was like, okay, you know what? I need to get over this fuck boy phase. Let's like get a girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Okay.
so like actually, this is right when I talked to you on the phone after I purchased your Approach Girls Anywhere course.
Okay.
I was like, I want to see what he's doing these days. So I bought that. We had the 15-minute call. Um, so I got a girlfriend like a couple weeks later.
Oh, that's fucking interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I met this girl. She's an anime director. Actually, I still talk to her. We're talking now.
An
Anime
anime
direct.
director.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So she's a weeb and she's hot?
She's hot. I wouldn't even call her a weeb, but
No?
she is a weeb.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay. She's
Like she's directed a lot of famous stuff.
But that's cool. Okay, so you're dealing with
Yeah.
not only cool chicks but higher profile chicks. So that demonstrates an even higher level of game because what what you're what you're doing is you're not only appealing to the baser instincts, you're appealing to, or maybe you are. Maybe you're just appealing to their baser instincts. And I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we're doing because you could be world famous, but you're still a monkey with a hole in near your legs, right? And then you're a monkey with a banana near the legs. There's no. At the end of the day, that's kind of what's going on. So, but on some level, you're. Why didn't it work out?
So for her and I, it was timing. I was in a bad job that I hated, working like 12-hour days, 7 days a week, nonstop.
Did she try to
And try,
sugar or sugar baby you like sugar mama you? Did she try?
uh-huh.
She tried.
Uh-huh.
She tried. But you refused because of your pride, right?
It wasn't refusal, it was not being able to give her enough time, like trying to like being split between work and everything. I
Did you
think it was just causing
consider
stress.
like giving rid of work and like, hey, I'll try this sugar mama lifestyle? Like, did you consider it?
Yeah, I didn't want to put that pressure on her. Because even with that, I wasn't struggling for money. I mean,
Okay.
I've done well. So I didn't want to put that on her.
Uh-huh.
But she would pay for a lot.
Yeah.
So I think we were fine there.
Okay.
Um, I think it was just being unhappy with where I was at work wise. So I was looking for a different job, a better job at that time.
Hmm.
But I think we kind of decided to call it from some external factors.
Uh-huh.
Um, I'll get back to how we're talking now
Okay.
because the Netflix series gets better, I
Oh yeah.
promise. So I right after her, I actually quit that job. Like 2 weeks later, I got a better job, which I'm working now.
Did you not try
Uh,
to go back with her when you realized that?
you know what? No, I was like, I'm gonna move. I was like, you know what? Let's go back to the dating scene. It's been a while since I've been in a big city, so
Hmm.
let's kind of hit this again.
Hmm.
We know how this works out. I was like, I think you saw my profile, but my profile's private. Met another smoking hot blonde,
Okay.
and then her and I started dating. That started off with a threesome with my friend in San Diego and lasted a whole week of debauchery with those two girls.
Oh Jesus, that sounds fun.
Yeah, that was great.
But people don't
Uh,
realize this. I had a situation like that where we had threesomes for 4 days straight. I was fucking tired of it after 2 days. I was so tired of it. I was like, get the fuck away from me. I don't want anyone to touch my dick. I want to play Dota and eat food and not be bothered. Like I was exhausted. Were you or no? You were just like happy as a clam.
so we did the threesome, and then after that, it was them wanting to go on like dates with me, like everywhere. So it's just kind of like they wanted to be with me and get shown off. and then
Oh.
we would have sex separately. I think we were all kind of like we like had a lot of fun, but let's just do this like separately.
So would she
Like,
like? She's like, "Oh, it's your turn. I'm gonna go watch a movie." And
uh-huh.
you would just smash her out, and then obviously she's in the living room, like her pussy's just getting dripping wet, hearing her get fucked, and then she would come in after and be like, "All right, it's my turn."
So the irony of this is the blonde girlfriend had an apartment in the same complex I did. So I would just go down to hers, and then my friend who was visiting was in my apartment, and so they'd be like, "Okay, I'm gonna go upstairs for a little bit. You
Okay.
guys have do your thing and
Yeah.
come back."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Okay,
Yeah.
sweet."
That's awesome.
And then
Yeah.
then we meet up the next day and go do some other activities
This
together.
is going to
So,
be an interesting call for guys because they're going to see that even someone on your level like still has questions, I guess, and still has like things they want to work
oh yeah,
on, and that even if they like some guys listening to this is going to be like, "Holy fucking shit, what is this reality?" And they're going to get inspired, but they're also going to be like, "Oh, but that reality doesn't make you well, it can make you happy, but there's always going to be another condition. Like once you're a millionaire, you want to be a billionaire. So it's
right,
like there's always something new, and you never quite. I mean, relationships are always a thing. You know, at some point you're going to settle down or want to settle down, and then that's a completely different skill set that most people don't know how to do. So this is going to be very fascinating for a lot of guys. I'm very excited. So,
I hope
um,
so.
so you then you got serious with her. Did that get complicated with the serious, or she was totally cool with you smashing other girls, or was it just that girl? Was it one-sided monogamy? What happened?
So here's where the story gets
Yeah,
fun,
right.
and this is
I guessed it. Yeah, I was like, this is where things get complicated. Yeah. Okay.
so I have to put myself as like enjoying the risk and love, taking risk.
Right.
So the blonde had a fiance, and they were in an
Oh. Oh. There. It was open relationship. Okay.
open
Okay.
relationship. Yep.
Okay.
So he lives out of country,
Okay.
part time of the year for business,
Okay.
and so I was like, okay, let's see if I can like win.
Oh, see, that was where you went wrong. That's where you
That is
went
where
wrong.
that is where I went wrong.
That's where. So obviously, don't go with girls with boyfriends, right? Immoral. Open
Yep.
relationships these days. I mean, I don't particularly agree with them, but if that's
I
what
don't
people,
either.
if people consent to it, then it's difficult for me to say it's immoral. So it's like, okay, you're into that, so I'll fuck your wife or your fiance, and apparently you're okay with it, or maybe you're not. Maybe you just agreed to it. Who the fuck knows? So okay, we're still on the lines of like I don't quite. It doesn't feel good, but then you definitely
Yeah,
step it over the line when see that was evil in your heart. That was I want to not only fuck her, I want to steal her completely and demonstrate that I'm the better man. That's when you fucked up. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, um, so there was a lot of like non-pressure in this relationship. It was we got along, no pressure in either way.
Yeah.
She was going to move to Austin for a new job. I had been wanting to move to Austin. I just never pulled the trigger, so we decided to live together.
Oof.
Um, so the goal is that she was like, hey, there's no pressure. Like if you want to move out and do your own thing, like if it doesn't work between us, like no pressure, you don't have to stay, and like I'm not gonna hate you for it. So we kind of
How
worked this
much
out.
of
We're like,
this was bullshit? Or how much did you know it was bullshit? Like
which portion?
how much did you know she was bullshitting you and she was actually falling in love with you? Like, were you pretty aware, or were you actually the one falling in love and she was the one really not having feelings? Which way was it?
It was actually both of us fell. So I fell, and then she was like, we both talked about this and like very very closely in depth. So we were
Okay.
both like, she's like, I love you, like blah 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 blah, like let's talk through this.
Hmm.
And so that's kind of we were both like in it. At
Yeah.
least I thought so.
Yeah.
So we moved in, complete disaster. But again, I haven't lived with a woman, so for me, it was I need this relationship practice. Like again, I have like an easy way out technically. If I need to, there'll be no hard feelings.
So you
But I
so
want to
it
live
was
with
an
someone.
experiment for you. Like you knew what you were getting into. Yeah. Okay.
I knew what I was getting into.
Okay.
I just wanted to know what it was like to live with a woman, how to like, relationship skills, right? As we
Yeah.
said, new skill set.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
me, it was like I need this. I want to be a better man in this area. Complete disaster. A lot of drama with
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah.
Uh, we I moved out, got another apartment, which I'm in now.
Hmm.
And her and I just cut it off like 2 weeks ago.
Oh
Um,
Jesus! Oh, this is super fresh. Okay, because you were like, "Oh, I'm in
oh yeah,
Austin." I thought this was like an old lesson. Like, "Oh, you're in Austin because of her." That was a year ago. No, it was 2 weeks ago. Oh shit.
2 weeks.
Okay, so
Yes.
this call is
So,
strangely well timed. Karma is
uh-huh.
very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. Um.
Yes. So we were kind, let's just say not really talking. I kind of am like, hey, let's just cut this,
Yeah.
cut ties on this one. I don't want to be your friend. I'm not that kind of dude. Um,
Don't be friends with exes ever. Never.
yeah, no.
If anyone
So
thinks it's healthy, it's not. It's not.
correct. Um, so fun. So we cut it off. The day of, I find out that Anime Director X is in Austin visiting. So I hit her up. I'm like, hey, you're in Austin. She's like, why are you visiting Austin? I'm like, I live here. She's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You left California? And
Yeah.
so met up with her. We hooked up. I flew out to California last week for my birthday. Saw some family. I stayed with her.
Oh no, I see where this is going. No, Dalton.
No, 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 no,
Oh,
no,
it's
no, no,
not.
no, no, wait,
No.
wait, wait, wait,
Okay.
wait, 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 wait. I visited her. It was like again, it was good. We're not getting back together. We're
Okay.
just talking, but
Okay.
we talked through this. I hooked up
Uh-huh.
with some other girls. Went on a date last night with a bartender.
Okay.
But right now, her and I are. It's just talking, but we've like talked through this and like in depth. And we're like,
Uh-huh.
hey, let's. We're not looking to get back together.
Uh-huh.
We live in different
Uh-huh.
states. We live in
Uh-huh.
different
Yeah,
states.
yeah, sure. Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
It's totally objective contractual terms and conditions. No possible
uh,
ambiguity or
oh,
complications. No, no
goodness,
what?
no.
No.
Goodness, no. That never happens. Never, never with women. No, 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 no. Always straight cut, right?
Yeah,
Easy in, easy out.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that's happening. Um, so I guess my question now is, so I guess women have, again, never been a problem. And as you can tell, it's been an interesting adventure. There's a
Yeah.
lot of interesting stories.
How old are you now?
Right now, I just turned 33
You're 33.
on
Okay.
Sunday.
Okay.
I'm
Happy
getting
birthday.
old.
Happy birthday.
Like these days, after the dating the I'm gonna call her V. After dating V, I've come to realize my dating has only gone up. Right, I haven't said like settled for like less pretty
Mm-hmm.
or any of that. So now I'm hitting this point where I'm running out. I feel like I'm running out of options.
Of
It's hard to
goals?
keep going up. Of well, again, I'm looking to have a long term partner.
Okay.
Right, you say we all settle, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Which
yeah,
I
yeah.
get
Well, there's a difference
it's
between
gonna happen.
settling and settling down. Yeah.
Settling down, yes, we all
Right.
settle down.
Yeah.
I like that better. um, because again, human nature.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
wants to be alone?
Yeah.
But I find it harder. Like again, I'm trying to. I love approaching women, but I find it like difficult every day. I'm just like, I don't want to approach that woman because she doesn't give me the spark, and
Yeah.
it's easier for me to approach a beautiful woman. Like I'm excited about it. Then, but like an average woman now, it's just like
Yeah. Yeah.
I just feel fake going into these approaches.
Yeah.
So I think now it's the struggle is like where do you find better women? Like are there better women, or is it kind of just get sporadic, more
Yeah.
sporadic as you
Yeah.
go on in life?
So basically you're hitting quality problems that I'm sure a lot of guys watching this are like, fuck you for having this problem. But essentially what you're reaching is you have to look down on your feet and realize you're running on a treadmill. And first of all, just recognize you're on a treadmill because some people are like, "Oh, I'm on a treadmill. I need to get off," and it's like, okay, hold your horses. That's even my response. It's like I need to go be a monk, and it's like, all right, consider that question very carefully first. Um, so realize that you're on a treadmill, and even if you're going to start hitting diminishing returns, which is what you're encountering, you can take a break if you want, right? And you can just say, you know what, this period of my life, maybe I'm just getting the same thing over and over, and I don't need to be feeding that endless bottomless pit of lust that will never kind of be satiated. You can take a break from it, or you can just go through it and mindfully be aware of it as you're doing it. So you're like, you can even test yourself. You can say, I don't feel, because what I would do is like I would limit myself to like really really beautiful girls, but then I would actually have less connection with her. But then I would approach a girl who's like maybe a 7, but for some reason, I don't know, she just has a body type that's mine, right? She may not be objectively as hot, but she has a body type that, just turns me on, or a personality that drives me crazy. And I'm like, okay, so what you want to distinguish is on what axiom or what axis, sorry, is your hedonistic treadmill hitting its limit? Is it just looks, or are you also hitting the limit with personality? Because you seem to be attracted to a very adventurous type. So, contractor in the Middle East, anime director. What did V do?
She did some. Actually, she didn't really work. She was a competitive show jumper, so a horse jumper,
Oh,
competitive.
okay. Okay. Do you see a common thread here? Where
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, okay. So you're being drawn to particular types. So actually you haven't even hit you're only on the looks treadmill. What you want to do now is jump to the, like, have you ever tried dating a, like, good old hometown girl, you know?
I have actually.
Did they bore
Um,
you?
she was very nice, very kind. Actually, the sex was good. I think I was just so young. It was like right when I joined the military, her and I
Mhm.
met.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think it was slightly boring. Um,
Okay. Now you have to, now here's the decision that will determine, one second. This fucking hoodie is hot. I'm gonna start stripping.
oh
It
yes,
feels
some
pretty hot.
anime
I
t-shirts. Oh,
gotta. Am I
I gotta
go
whip
going?
out my anime figurines.
Yeah, I'm going through menopause. Yeah. Oh yeah, my No Maidens shirt. Yeah, I was gonna film with this. Here you go. It's
That's
Elden.
awesome. Yeah, I was like, oh,
Do you
you know
play
what?
Elden
Almost,
Ring? Do you play games? Oh yeah, we're supposed to play
uh,
Apex. That's right. So you play
Place
games.
Apex.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I played Elden a little. I love From Software.
yeah. Okay.
I haven't purchased that one yet.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
but I love anime. I have all my anime figurines
Yeah. Yeah. That's why you.
sitting on the so
Wow.
like all the walls.
Oh man, look at you. Like you're
Yeah,
like you're like every nerd's dream. Is like, he likes anime, he's good looking, and he gets threesomes with hot girls. Like, what the fuck? That's my life. Well, you've earned it. You've earned it. Nothing that you have has been freely given to you. You've earned it all. So that's awesome. I should start talking about karma more with I don't know. It's too weird of a concept for people to understand. Like, if someone's born good looking, it's actually because they were uh they weren't an angry person in a previous life. Because if you think about it, when you're angry, you get scrunchy. And the Buddha actually said, like, if you're quick to anger, it's why you're born ugly. And if you have a good temper, that's why you're born beautiful.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have my own opinions on being good looking. I feel like everyone thinks it's like the easy train, but I'm like, oh, it comes with so many struggles.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God, yeah.
I was considered good looking, but not on your level. So
Thank you.
what did you find? Well, I mean, I'm objective. I know if someone's good looking or not. What did you struggle with? I mean, I know,
So
but
I
it's good to hear from you.
So it's funny when you like your approach style changes because like women will be like, oh, like when I like first talked to you, like I just right off the bat before you said a word, I was like, oh, fuck boy.
Yep,
And she's like, I was
exactly.
on high guard, and
Right,
I'm like,
right.
yeah,
They assume you're a slut.
every woman tells me that. Yep,
Yeah,
every
yep,
woman tells me this,
yep.
and I always get these comments. My friends always tell me like, oh yeah, she like you went to the bathroom, and this was 2 days ago on my birthday. She's like, is he a slut? What's he like?
Yeah,
And they're
yeah,
like, I'm like, yeah, yeah, these are all the questions.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
And
again, and then
attainability. You'll even deal with beautiful women who, like, still feel insecure around you. And
I
someone would be like, "How does this beautiful woman feel insecure?" It's like, well, for the same reason you feel insecure around a beautiful woman too. It's because we don't
exactly,
see our own
yes,
face. Our own face is normal to us, but to
yep,
someone else, it's a new statue. It's something beautiful to look at. And so it's two people being
correct.
insecure about each other, and they both find each other attractive, but they're so it's just they're intimidated by each other's looks that it creates this, like, mirror effect of insecurity. It's really fucking stupid.
It's funny though, yeah, it all happens. Yeah, like gorgeous women will tell me that. I'm beautiful to you. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah,
I'm like,
exactly. Yeah,
you're scared of me, yeah.
yeah.
So you start to see this, but again, you think like for me, it's just normal, right?
Hmm.
That's my life, so I
Hmm.
don't actually think about it.
Hmm.
I've also found that. because who talked about this? Was it Ricardus? Like looking people will get
Yeah,
together.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah, yeah.
tend to match. So then again, this is where the quality conundrum comes in. You start finding less people attractive, and then
Yeah.
you're like, I have less to work with.
Well, that's the hot girls dilemma. So
Yep,
people will see a girl post on social media like, "Oh, I can't find a boyfriend." They're like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Literally every man on earth would like die to be your boyfriend." And it's like, "No. That's what they're going through. They literally don't find you attractive." So the solution to your problem is like I said is you need to start um challenging your assumptions. So, start and it's not a difficult thing. All you're going to have is attainability issues. So just start going after girls who are like 7s or 8s. You're not going to marry them, but you can at least because why wouldn't you marry a 10? But you can at least challenge that assumption in your mind, right? To say, "Oh, I'm not actually hitting, I'm only hitting one ceiling, but it's only on one axis. I can still find pleasure and I mean, some of the best girls that I ever like dated and loved to hang out with, like they were like a 7.5. And I was like, but I loved fucking them. I don't know what it was. It was pheromones or something. And they were just like incredibly interesting people, right? But then, of course, there were the 10 out of 10s who are just like, you're just like, you look like you should be a model. Your pussy is like heroin and it's like I love spending time with you, but you got daddy issues, you're a shitty person, this, right? So I'm not saying the good-looking girls weren't also amazing. Like seeing them sucking your dick is like, wow, this is like they like me. But you want to start challenging that assumption. Then what you just need to do is you just need to accept the fact that you will never be ultimately satisfied by
correct.
worldly things, right?
Yep,
If your goal is ultimate satisfaction, you need to start looking into spiritual answers. So what you're hitting now is the problem, we could call it the celebrity problem, where, we always wonder why celebrities start going on drugs and drinking and going crazy. It's because they have all their wishes satisfied, but then they're like, wait, what else is there? And they're kind of confronted with a reality that maybe there isn't that much more, that it's just a continuation of satisfying hedonistic desires, and it's a hedonistic treadmill. So what you can also, and some people say, oh, well, then what you need to do is you need to do a dopamine detox and you need to, it's like, no, all you're doing then is you're optimizing pleasure. You're like, okay, well, so in the reason you dopamine detox is for a hedonistic goal.
yep,
It's a paradox. It's like, oh, well, you shouldn't be obsessed with pleasure. So you need to dopamine detox and da da da. Okay, why are you doing it? Well, then so I can appreciate things more. Okay, so you means that you can get the hit of dopamine again. So you're just taking a break from heroin for a week so that when you do the heroin hit next Monday, it actually hits like it did last week because don't have a tolerance anymore. So
exactly.
it's stupid. It's just optimizing pleasure, and it's like, well, that's silly. So you just have to accept the reality, and it can be very depressing for some people. It's just like, yeah, there's not going to be an ultimate satisfaction. But what you do is you just avoid hitting the extremes, and you don't seem like a guy who would fall into this, but some men might fall into this where they they hit that ceiling of satisfaction and then they like, okay, I need to do something extreme, so they start finding weird things to start like satisfying them. So whether it's like perverse sexual things, like we always wonder why all these like, well, this is just a weird subject. I don't want to go that deep into it. Actually, I was about to go into a very strange corner of conversation. But no, it's too. People aren't ready for that kind of like eye opening. Like, oh, that's why people do shit like that. Um,
Man,
so
I was here for it.
yeah. Um, if it was a private call, maybe. I mean, it's not bad. It's not like I'm doing it. I just recognize why,
Right?
what drives these people to go into very,
Exactly.
very strange, weird things to
Yep.
satisfy their desires. So, um, what you do is so first you test personality differences, and when you want, but That's actually the most important part. Like, oh, I want to sleep with a seven. Da, 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 da. That's still just like being dynamic with your pleasure chasing. What your real goal is at the end of the day is um, while you're looking for your 10 out of 10 personality, 10 out of 10 looks, who you're going to settle down with, you need to start asking yourself what is. Oh, I remember. You said earlier that you got bored, and I said that this is the decision, and then I took my shirt off and then totally got our hoodie off and then digressed. So the decision that is going to change your future is precisely this. Are you willing, and this is an honest question, and you can say yes or no, are you willing to sacrifice excitement for stability?
And this is a great question because
Go.
I have actually looked into this. Who just wrote the article on Girls Chase?
It was Chase. He said like the five things that you can't that you have to like trade for each other, and one of them was
Yes,
excitement and peace, right? Yeah, and then the
yes.
other
The
one
other
was
thing,
like beauty or like sexiness.
drama.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like, do
Yes,
you want the kind of girl who's gonna dress all flashy and be sexy? It's like, yeah, that's gonna be awesome to be around, but the trade-off is that she's going to garner attention from other men, and usually women with the personality who wants to dress up like that are the kind of women who are going to enjoy getting the attention from men, right? So you need to start asking yourself, you know, these women who the women who you've been in relationships with are a good indication of who you're going to settle down with, because what you're going to settle down with eventually is going to be an augmented version or an optimized version of the mistakes, right? Because like you said, you kept going up. So I had, my first relationship was we were both virgins, took each other's virginity. She was very pretty, um, athletic, but then started partying and blah blah blah, and then became unattractive and kind of was a little bit, not say dumb, but a little bit uneducated. So then I was like, okay. Then my next one was a very smart chick who could barely study and get like B's and A's on tests, but she was incredibly promiscuous, would drink, do party drugs, party girl. All right, but dynamic personality, very charismatic. Da da da. Okay, learn my lesson from there. Then my third was back to a virgin actually, um, but then had um, her dad kind of got dominated by her mom in the end, and her dad was really disrespected in the household, and her mom was kind of like the dragon of the household. She also had anxiety issues. So then these things started to combine, and also she was a virgin, but not in the sense of like, I believe that sex is important, but it was just she just happened to be a virgin. But then once I took her virginity and we broke up, and like she was for sure like, all right, he doesn't want to be with me anymore. I think she fucked like three or four guys like bam, 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 right? So she was a virgin, but because this is what a lot of the red pill guys get wrong. They're like, oh, you got to find a girl with a low lay count. It's like, first of all, you have to find a girl with a low lay count after 25. If she's a virgin at 21, 22, I've seen girls go from 0 to 17 in 1 year. So then you have to account for all these little variables. Then my wife, so uh she was everything that I wanted physically. She was everything that I wanted personality wise. Had a good relationship with her parents. Uh, is very educated, has a medical degree, but then decided not to pursue being a doctor because it would have been a hellish lifestyle and just settled for a more humble career. So these things worked for me because another guy would say, "Oh no, I want a girl who has more drive." Right? I want a girl who would be willing to work 80 hours a week at a hospital, right? But for me, the fact that she decided to sacrifice um, the
prestige.
prestige. I mean, doctors in Ukraine don't make that much money, anyways. But
Yep.
relative to their compatriots, um, to have a more humble lifestyle and just to have a nice life, that's just enough. And her parents are a perfect example of that. Her dad is very like, he works hard, he makes decent amount of money. I mean, to build afford two houses, and built her like a huge fucking house that we were supposed to live in before artillery shells started flying over our heads. So um he had the hard work and the diligence, but he was the most fucking frugal dude ever. Like, they don't have anything hung up on their walls. Their house is the most simple house ever. They sleep on a futon, right? And it's like this guy built a huge 2-story house for his daughter and that we were fixing up, and it's like all of these traits started to coalesce into exactly what I was looking for, right? Beautiful and sexy but conservative, right? And then had all the like sexual history that I was satisfied with, right? It was not only low, but it was also tempered by her age and the circumstances under which she did date those guys, and all these things started to line up. And then her personality traits, she's a homebody versus a busybody, all these things, they had to synergize with what I wanted. And then eventually, and then also she demonstrated her loyalty. Like I remember when I 1 month I couldn't afford to fly her out, or I could, but I wanted to save some money, so I tested her. And there was another Ukrainian girl that I was seeing, and the one girl, but she was more of like a wanted to be a sugar baby. And I told them both. I said, I can't fly you out this month. Can you figure out a way to get here? The one girl said, let me know when you can afford a ticket. And I was like, okay, bitch. And then the other one, my wife, she was like, yeah, sure, no problem, no questions asked. Fucking took a bus for 20 hours to come see me. Yeah, that's when because I didn't even know. Like, I woke up that morning to go pick her up, and I was like, this isn't the airport, right? I was just like, what am I? And then it was a bus station. I was like, did she come on a bus? And then she like got out, and I was like, hey, baby, da 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 da. And then I was like, looking at the time from when she texted me, she was on her way, and I was like, wait, it's been 24 hours. And I was like, did you sit on a bus for like 22 hours to see me? She's like, yeah. And I was like, all right,
Hold on, I got a ring
yeah,
somewhere.
yeah, yeah. I was like, okay. I was like,
Yep.
I am convinced, right? Because up until that point, she had been pretty much perfect. I knew from our second time meeting that I wanted her to be mine, but I was suspicious because I was fucked up.
Uh-huh.
Because I did things like fuck girls with boyfriends, and
Yep.
and fucked up my own psyche. So,
Yep.
but then eventually, she just proved like she's either the best psychopath who's ever existed, and fair play to her if that was you. You tricked me, or she was genuinely as good as I thought, and then turned out to be as genuinely as good as I thought, and then was worthy of me. You know, worthy of my commitment for life. So you see how I was doing all this math to kind of select the perfect person for me. That's what you need to do, but there are going to be non-negotiables that are going to be you. I mean, sometimes our relationship is boring, but it's peaceful, right? And the only two things that I think should be important is your sexual compatibility. That needs to be off the charts good, and values, right? Like you both have similar. You can have different origins of how they work. Like mine come from philosophy and Buddhism. Hers come from just values that she's come to like adhere to, but she hasn't done like the philosophical work to like I guess know that that's the reason she holds them, but she holds to them. She's honest, she's da 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 da. So integrity, basically, doesn't lie, doesn't cheat, doesn't steal, basic morality, integrity, sexual compatibility, and then you have both the same long-term goals. Because if one of you wants to have a kid and the other doesn't, no, that's horrible. Do not do that. Either she's wasting your time or you're wasting her time. Because I remember I had a client who like wasted a chick's like 14 years of her life, and I was like, Jesus
Oh
fucking Christ, I
no.
didn't even know how you did that.
No.
Um, and I was like, that's so unfortunate. And he's a good guy. I just think that he didn't see what he was doing, and and I wish him all the best. I just I just don't think he realized what he was doing. But it was her choice as well, right? So you can't
Yep.
you can't put the blame 100% on the guy either, because she chose to stick around. I mean, at some point you gotta think, all right, this isn't going anywhere. So what you need to start considering is what you want. And if you don't know what you want, then keep playing the field, because you do have a unique opportunity of being a man. You do not have a biological clock. I mean, technically, we don't know when we're gonna die, but so at some point, you do want to be a little bit like, all right, maybe I should get my shit together, but not so much that it causes you crazy anxiety. So have a general understanding of like, you know what, you don't have to actually plan the 3 kids, but you should at least have that as that's a tentative goal. And then,
Correct.
are you one of the biggest things is, are you a homebody or are you a busy bee, right? Or you both, so you always need to be going out trying new things and traveling, or have you done that enough to satisfy? This is, I guess, the both category, because I was both. I did enough to
Yep.
satisfy those desires. Now I'm totally cool sitting at home because I've checked, every place you go, there's women, there's buildings, there's food, there's roads, and there's cars. Like, it doesn't fucking change if it's Venice or if it's butt crack fucking nowhere America. It's literally the same
100%.
thing. So as long as I have a woman I'm happy with, and I have enough money to survive and it's peaceful, I don't give a fuck where I am, right?
It's perfect.
So if that's you, then you're a homebody. So you need to find a chick who's down being a homebody. An anime director, contractor in the Middle East, professional horse rider, jumper, probably doesn't fit that bill because those are very dynamic, active personalities. You probably have been running into trouble because you've been dating the wrong personalities because you have been so looks focused.
In some ways, yes. I think the horse jumper, very split. Anime director is actually very much a homebody,
Okay.
surprisingly.
Well,
Yeah.
well, you know what? Yeah, maybe I got that wrong because yeah,
No, no, you're okay. You're okay.
she's an anime director, but she focuses on a thing that otakus and weeaboos and nerds sit at home and watch every day. She just happens to be a director of it. So well, are you okay with, oh baby, I gotta go direct this thing in Tokyo, I'll be gone for 3 months? Or it's, hey baby, come with me. That would be obviously what happens. Hey baby, let's go to Tokyo for 4 months. I got to go work on this film from X studio, or blah blah blah. So you got to know that you enjoy that, and you
Correct.
also have to be comfortable with high profile people being around her, because
Exactly.
that's something that not a lot of people are willing to admit. Like, I don't want a girl who's hanging around the best dudes in the world, because it's not that I think they're better than me. I just know that, why would I add that extra variable into my life for no reason? I'm a human being. Of course I'm going to have jealousy and insecurities. I don't care how abundant I am. Yeah, if she cheated on me, I'd move on. But why would I even put myself into that particular risk in the first
Mindset.
place? Right.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. It's impossible to avoid no matter how good you
No.
get.
No, it doesn't matter.
Again,
You could be a
yeah.
billionaire. There's another billionaire she's going to run into, right?
Yep.
Whatever
Yep.
facet that you draw your self value from, there's going to be someone else out there who has it.
100%. Yes. Again, V was like that. Like
Okay.
again, not the jealous type. I know what I bring to the table,
Yeah.
but again, she's hanging out with other dudes who, and I know they're shooting their shot because she's telling me they're
Of
shooting their shot.
course.
I'm
Of
like,
course. And they're good. It's not like they
it,
suck either. They're good.
I mean, they have money. Most of them suck though.
Oh, well, that's what I made that video recently about, where you need to focus on
Yes,
your social skills, because when you focus on your money too early,
money.
it works for you, but then you never it's like you never feel the pain to actually work on the social skills. You just use the money.
Correct.
So, well,
Exactly. And that
that is the saving grace actually of like all these big dudes. Like, yeah, they're famous, but they're actually not that good of game. Okay, yeah. So it's not that big of a risk.
Yep, correct. And that's the circle she was running. The fiance was a millionaire.
Okay.
Young dude, younger than me, so
Mhm.
actually about your age.
Okay.
So yeah, she's running those circles. Guys, lots of money around Austin.
Yeah.
So again, you're like start to feel a little insignificant, but then you realize where you stand on the social ladder, and you're like,
Right, right.
okay,
I'm fucking her. You're paying millions to just spend time with her. All I had to do was
exactly,
have a coffee with her, and she was gargling on my cum. So,
yeah,
yeah.
wants to live with me, not
Yeah,
you.
yeah, exactly, right. Yeah, because sexual power is, in my opinion, the most powerful power. Well, except for the ability to kill you, I guess. The if you were fucking like it would be immoral. But let's just look at it from a
Yep,
technical point of view. Like if you were fucking the wife of like a oligarch in Russia, like yeah, you're more powerful than him. Like you cucked him just because you fucking talk nice, and he spent 30 years, corruption, killing people, stealing, lying to get to that power, and then you trump him just because you know how to talk funny. And it's like, holy fucking shit, just how powerful is, sexual power. But then he can have you killed. So you, from all that we're gathering, from like, you have everything, it seems. I mean, are you living your are you doing what you want to do, like in your long term? Like, are you living your dream life?
Working towards it. I now have a job that allows me to live the dream. I want to do a little more traveling while working. So
Okay.
that's been the goal. I've done a lot of traveling. Um, Again, I don't know if I talked to you about this. I've talked to someone. I was looking to go back to Bucharest for about a couple months. I met
Okay.
some dentists out there. So I want to see them again.
Yeah, yeah. Their
Um,
their their dental work here is really really good.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
nice girls.
Hmm.
So again, I just love the city. Beautiful city, safe, fun.
So you've been to Bucharest?
I have. I went back in 2021, September.
That's right. You probably mentioned that on our call, but then I was like, yeah, I'm in Ukraine, blah blah blah. Okay, so you still feel a little bit of a bug. You're not quite done traveling. You still want. Is that because you don't know where you want to settle down?
Um, yeah, let's go with that. So right now, I haven't found the permanent home where I want to settle down.
Right.
So kind of just why sit in one place all the time?
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, now that I don't have that long-term partner
Yeah.
in my life,
Yeah.
like why not for a little bit?
Okay. Okay. So you still need to find home base. That was the thing for me with Ukraine, and then I was deciding whether or not to live in the house that her dad built for her right next door to her. I was like, fuck, I don't know if I want to live Everybody Loves Raymond lifestyle, and because that was like a horror movie in
Oh,
my mind. But then,
oh, I remember you talking
yeah,
about it.
yeah, yeah. But then I was like, wait, I think that's old Hector talking. And then I kind of
Hmm.
like I ignored old Hector, and I was like, wait a second, is am I generally not okay with it, or is that heater on? It's fucking hot in here. Jesus Christ. Um, but it eventually was revealed to me that, like, oh no, I'm actually okay with it. I was just resistant to it because I still had the lingering old Hector who wanted to adventure. So then once I stopped listening to him, I was actually pretty satisfied. But then, like I said, artillery shells changed my mind. So now I'll head back to America and kind of settle down in an area, but figure out my home base. So it's not complete. You just need to be. It's actually not important, right? As long as you have the girl, it doesn't matter where you are. As long as you have the money to change places, that's the only limiting factor. So
Correct.
so you just need to find the girl. The home base is not so
Yep.
important. I mean, it'll help. Um, but if you have the money to maneuver wherever you want to be, then you can go meet her and stay with her. So so you need to figure out your goals generally, right? You don't have to say, oh, by 40 I want to start having kids. You just need to know, I want kids, I want this many kids, right? This is what I want to do for the next 10, 15 years professionally, so that I'm satisfied, because like you've personally figured out, if you're not satisfied with your professional life, it's actually going to impact your relationship. So now is this for sure what you want to be working towards? The thing that you're working on to your living?
Yeah, I think my goals are actually finally set with the
Okay.
past relationship. I think I know what I'm moving towards. Again, a long-term relationship. I think I want again the kids. I
Mhm.
think like finally actually
No, I mean
figured that out.
professionally. Are you happy with, like,
And
the thing you're actually working towards? Is it really what you want to do professionally?
and then the track I'm on, I'm satisfied with, and I'm of where I can move to.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
I think mostly for me it was just working remotely and managing my own schedule.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
So it looks like you have the game to get the girl that you want. You have the experience and the confidence to know that you can get a beautiful girl. Yeah, you just need to figure out what kind of personality type actually works with you. That's your
Yep. And
main
that's
obstacle.
not it hasn't been the struggle.
Okay.
Again, it's like you mentioned, it was figuring out I like the adventure. I think you and I have very similar personalities. I love being a homebody.
Mhm.
It's learning how to balance it, right?
Yes. Yes.
I've been drawn to the pretty, slightly narcissistic women just
Yeah.
because the adventure and the rush, as
Of
Chase
course.
said, is awesome.
Yeah.
The withdrawals are not very fun, but
So you're getting over it. Yeah. Yeah, you had well, you have
Yeah,
to do heroin enough to know you shouldn't do heroin. A little
yeah, to
bit.
know your
Yeah.
limits, right?
Hmm.
Again, like Chase said, like how much beauty do you want, and how much drama are you willing, bullshit are you willing to put
Yeah.
up with for the
Yeah.
rest of your fucking life?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so I think at this point it's okay. I have it now. Where is it?
Okay. So these are my general recommendations. Obviously, it's not a resume because people don't fit into resumes, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So here's just like the stats on the character that your potential wife might have, right? We'll just roll through them. So you're probably looking for a lay count. She has to be over 25. Obviously, I'm sure you don't want to marry a woman who's under 25. I'm just guessing. But you needed to be over 25 because that's when you start to see. I mean, people can go through radical changes. That's of course possible, but you have a pretty good guess of where a woman's going to end up after 25, approaching 30. Um, so you want to find between 25 to 29, 30. Pretty, good range to find to gauge who she really is based on her history. Lay count 4 to 6 max. You know, you're already like, oh,
I,
is that
I was like,
surprising? Is that pretty stringent?
I no. I actually, again, I'm smiling because I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, at first you were like,
I'm just
shit,
laughing in
that's.
my head.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
I was like, man, yeah, I've been with too many women with high leg
Yeah,
counts.
yeah. Guys,
It's so good.
guys who don't have experience don't understand that. But
Oh yeah,
it really matters. Like it's crazy how much it matters and how much it says about a person. Like can
yeah,
people change? Yeah, sure. I'll always give the possibility for someone to change, right? Like always, always, always. Like I saw a radical feminist, when I, go from like she told me she was like an activist feminist to like, I'm pounding her pussy on a couch while there's a "Make America Great Again" flag on the wall, you know, and we're like, it was mostly trolling, but like, I could she could see that like she told me she was willing to change, and then she went from like realizing that a lot of the guys she hooked up with in her past and da 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 why they did, how guys really did want her. Oh yeah, all those guys offering me free drugs and alcohol, they just wanted to have sex with me. I'm like, yeah, duh. And she's like, oh my god, I didn't realize it. Da 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 da. Like maybe I do want to be a kind of submissive woman who has a strong husband, or maybe I do want a guy who respects me and da da da. So, and she told me she's like, I used to be borderline, but she's like, I actually worked my way out of like a mental illness, and she was actually like a licensed
wow,
therapist, and she was the one who actually kind of helped me realize maybe I have an OCD. She didn't formally diagnose me because I'm fucking her. She's not my
yep.
therapist. It's not ethical. But she actually made significant strides in her personality. So I would always I wouldn't discount a woman just based on her past, but someone's credit history is a pretty reliable indicator of whether or not they're going to pay their credit cards down. So you understand that, but this is for the people who don't.
Yeah, yeah.
So 4 to 6 max, maybe one hookup, but it needs to be from a social circle. It needs to be
Okay,
from a
yep.
social circle of like it's a guy she knew for years, then they hooked up and then it didn't work out. That's okay. But for the most part, it should be, we got in a relationship, you know, you want them to have worked pretty hard to get it. It took them a couple weeks, a month, maybe a couple months to finally get the pussy, right? And then they dated. How long they date's not really that important because you know, as a personal example, like he worked for it for a month, finally gave it up, and then he was a fuck boy and like played around, and then she caught him playing around, broke up with him, right? Oh, well that demonstrates she has self-respect. Like he was cheating on her, and so she cut him out. Okay, so you got to look at the details. It's not just about the lay count. You got to look at the circumstances. But pretty much all boyfriends her lay counts are from 4 to 6 relationships. Hopefully they last, maybe 6 months more, but then hopefully some of them lasted for like a year, 2 years, like, but then, and then you want to look at why they didn't work out. Because again, that can be really complicated. You want to see, did they not work out because of personality differences, goals? Was the guy in a fuckboy phase and she's more of a chick that you marry? And then those guys kind of just passed her up because guys can make mistakes. She was actually, because a lot of times guys are like, oh, if she got broken up with, it means she wasn't good. Not always. Some guys can actually, look back and they're like, oh my God, the one who got away. So you want to pay attention to that context, but that requires you to actually have a physical example on hand. Like you come, hey Hector, this girl did this, da, 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 da. Okay, yeah, it means this. So it gets a little bit complicated, but 4 to 6 lay count. Um, I would actually avoid a full-on version if you could, because you
Oh,
you,
I've
you
never gone down that road.
yeah, yeah, you never know when she'll pop off. You actually do want a little bit of
Yep,
experience, strangely enough, because it gives an indication of, because like I said, I've seen girls go from virgins to popping off to 17 in a year. So it's like, oh, maybe she got her
100%.
first taste of dick, and then she starts going crazy.
Yep. Yeah,
Um,
there was an article written on that, a
mhm,
scientific study. It
mhm.
said that women with two or less partners had the highest divorce rates, and then women after 10 partners also had the highest divorce rates.
Exactly.
So three to nine
Yeah.
had the most stable marriages,
Yes.
but
Yes.
and then for men, it made no
It
difference
made no difference.
anywhere.
Yep. No, it does. No, it
Yeah.
doesn't. Exactly.
Yep.
No. It's
It's so odd.
purely on his discipline. Like, yeah,
Correct. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. He could have a low lay count, but not because he sucks, but because he just, I don't know, doesn't want to fuck around. Or he could have a high lay
Yeah.
count, but then he finds the woman that he's willing to marry and he's
The
loyal.
millennial. It's,
Yeah,
yeah. The women, they were very shocked at the two,
yeah,
like two and below. Why?
yeah,
But again,
yeah.
you get your taste.
Yeah, 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 exactly. You get your taste of dick and you're like, oh my God, what have I been missing out on? Um,
100%.
okay, so that'll be the one metric. And then um, homebody versus busy bee or ambidextrous. They get both sides. Or ambivert, I guess would be a better way to put it. Neurotic versus stable, right? I'm neurotic. My wife is stable, right? She's very like there was bombs going off and I was like, get in the fucking basement, what the fuck? And she's like fixing clothes and she's like, yeah, it's all right, it's
Yes.
not next to us. And I was like, are you fucking insane? Like a
I'd be
little
like,
bit I think
oh,
they were like putting on a stone face. I was like, you can't be this calm, it's not possible, right? But then when the shell hit next to our house, even her dad was like, okay, that's enough.
okay.
Get the fuck out of here. I was like, you didn't see this coming? Did you just think we were magically gonna like be immune to like artillery shells? So a little bit of my neuroticism, I think it was justified. I mean, there's fucking bombs going off, but it's at least good that we have that balance. So in your relationships, are you neurotic or are you stable?
I can be both. I'm usually the stable one. A
Okay.
girl just told me a couple days ago, she's like, "You're the most stable and calm
Yeah.
Aries I've ever met."
Okay.
I was like, a lot of practice,
A
baby.
lot of practice.
Got a lot of women, and you just gotta you learn how to like
Uh
hone
huh.
it.
Uh huh. Good.
I was
Okay.
like, crazy
Okay.
to say.
So it was disciplined. You're not naturally that way. So you're naturally a little bit neurotic, but you've disciplined yourself.
I don't like to say neurotic. I
Or
like to say
let me see. Okay, yeah, neurotic is too a bad connotation.
I've never been neurotic. Neurotic's not me. Like I'm
Anxious?
very stable. No,
Not
I'm
even
very
anxious.
stable to the core. No. So
Okay.
let's just go with stable. I'm definitely the stable
Okay,
one.
passionate or stable. Maybe that's it.
Oh man, that's the hard one. Like passionate, it's there. Like
Okay.
I think that's my Aries, like the
Okay.
passion, the fire,
Yeah.
like that passion. But like if you're asking like neurotic versus stable, very stable. Like everything, like what is it? Everything falls into place.
Okay.
Like women have told me like again last. She's like, it seems like you have everything calculated. I see it in your eyes.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
you're 5 steps ahead of us. So
Okay.
very stable, I would say.
Okay. Okay. So then, um, you need to either find another stable person.
Yep.
It might cause some boredom, but it'll be. See, here's the problem though, is it's kind of fun me being the wild one, and her being the
Yep.
stable one. Um, because it just feels like the dynamic of like the bad boy and the good girl, which is really fun in my mind as like role play for life. But you, I think you
It's a
haven't.
difficult balance.
It's unhealthy if you find if the girl's neurotic. So
Correct.
I
Oh, yep.
really think that you still need to find a stable girl. You just need once she finds out about your history and the girls you fucked and like how prolific you've been and da da da. She'll have enough of that. I wouldn't call it jealousy because that's toxic. There's another part. It's just like she knows you're a catch.
It's the drive to hold on. Is that
Yeah,
what we're kind of
it
what's
needs
I
to
don't
be there. If she feels like there needs to be something to be tamed. If there's nothing to be tamed, like we can talk virtue all day, but she's not gonna want to
yes,
tame you. She needs to be able to tame you. So, so there, she does need to find out something about you that is a little bit wild, which you have. So that's fine, but I highly suggest you find a stable chick. It's going to bore you a little bit, but I would highly suggest enduring that boredom.
correct. I definitely need to work on that.
Hmm.
So yeah, agree. I'm definitely in that boat too.
Okay.
Again, too many narcissist girls. Neuroticism.
Yeah. So, so that's going to be the hardest one for you to do because that's not about game. That's about a choice, right? And
Correct.
and willing to pull your desire from them apart from what's healthy for you. So you're going to have to disentangle that. Are you the kind of guy where if you start fucking a girl, you can cut her off easy, or you get trapped in, or let me ask this: if you start sleeping with the girl and you know she's not good for you, but like in long term, but she's fun to be around and she's a nice person, but you know she's not going to be your girl. Will being with her prevent you from approaching new girls? Like, do you get too sucked in?
Ooh, good question. Um, Not anymore. I think in the beginning years, like you definitely are like, oh, this is good enough.
Yeah.
You don't, you're not going to date them, but you're like, I'll stick this around for a while.
Okay. But you'll keep
But
approaching more girls?
correct. So
Okay.
like, especially like right now, currently,
Hmm.
it's definitely there.
Okay, good. So then we don't have to worry about we'd have to because I know some guys are. So what I tell them is, okay, then this is like Chase's perspective is I'll fuck her once, maybe twice if she's not a wife quality. I cut it off because
Okay,
he's about efficiency, whereas me and you are a little
makes
bit more
sense.
we're a bit more hedonistic. So we'll stick around and keep fucking, but then keep as long as it doesn't lull you into like the siren's call, right? And you're able to
Yes.
still go off. Because I've seen guys literally marry women that they got like lulled into, and I was like, oh my god, it sounds
Oof.
horrible. Yeah,
Oof.
but it's like okay, so you have the discipline to kind of like, oh, I'm gonna fuck you on Friday, but then I'm still gonna go out and approach on Saturday. Okay, so we don't have to worry about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, the hard again, and the hard part on that one is the quality issue. So then sometimes I'm like doubting myself. I'm like, I haven't seen a pretty girl in a week. Like, am I getting lulled in, or am I being lazy
Oh,
now?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
you're always in your head. You're like, oh, am I being lazy? You're like, no, I haven't seen anyone. Like, I would be like, oh my god, I need to talk to her. So you're like, okay, it's not laziness, but you're always like checking yourself.
Yes, that's good. If
Um,
if you have that checking personality, then you're never gonna fall into the trap.
Correct. Yeah. So again, in the beginning years, I always thought I was like being lazy and not
Hmm.
approaching, but then you start to reevaluate it and you're like, okay, I'm just not some weeks I'm just not gonna meet someone or see someone that I like,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But you're always like careful with it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Good. No, you're. It looks like you're fine. Um. So where do you feel? I mean, I feel like a lot what I'm telling you is clarifying. Is it clarifying what you already know, or do you have like a pressing like I really don't fucking understand this, or is it more of just I think I'm on the right track and I just need a confirmation that I'm on the right track?
It's actually been very clarifying. I've been very worried about the quality issue. I was kind of scared, like, is this it? Like,
Okay.
is this like the end of it? Like,
Hmm.
I'm not gonna find someone for me.
Hmm.
So been like a little like the fear kicking in. So it's been clarifying. Again, this talk, Chase's article of learning where you're going to I don't want to. I hate saying sacrifice, but knowing like what you want, right?
Hmm.
The hottest girl, or do you want drama and drama? Do you want stability, a homebody,
Hmm.
or do you need adventure all the time?
Yeah.
So it's been reevaluating the goals,
Okay.
and how this is going to affect dating and moving forward.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what we needed to focus on. Okay, that's good. I'm glad I we found the right vein to tap. Um, okay, so lake count, busybody, money, da da da. What else is very very important? Long-term goals. She wants kids. You want kids. Country doesn't matter if you have the money. Um, uh, spirituality, religion need to be in line to a certain extent. Um, you know, I'm guessing you have a more dynamic spirituality where you're kind of open to a lot of different things. Yeah. So you need to find a girl who also like you may not mesh well. I mean, have you ever dated like a good old Christian girl?
Ooh, I can't say that I have now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So yeah,
They tend to be scared of me.
they tend to be scared. Yeah. Well, they're turned on by you, but they're scared of the lust. But I don't blame them. It's probably gonna lead them down some fun roads. Okay, yeah, you do need to have some synergy on a spiritual level. Um, okay, and then sexual compatibility, but that's pretty obvious. Um, Yeah. So I think the one that we clarified, the busy bee and then the like stable versus obviously no drinking, no drugs. Um, you know.
100% on that one.
Mhm.
I actually stopped drinking too. I know you cut that out years ago.
Yeah, yeah, congratulations, man. Good job.
Yeah, finally did that. I mean, I'll have a drink like at a bar with like the girl I take on a date.
Okay.
But like other than that, it's like zero.
Zero, good.
So
Good.
it's very surprising once you like stop just doing it. You're like, why did I ever
Yeah.
do this?
Yeah.
It wasn't hard to give up, and
Yeah.
you're like, God,
Yeah.
like this is amazing. Should
Yeah.
have learned this at 21.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I should have. But oh
But
well.
yeah, no, no
But now
drinking, yeah, no drugs.
yeah, it's good that when you have kids, you can teach them that. You can say, "Look, I tested it. Like trust me, it's not worth it." Um, that's the one good thing about being a cautionary tale is sometimes when someone pure is telling you something, you sometimes doubt it. But then if you have someone who actually went down that road to tell you, they can
Yep.
be like, "I can confirm with 100% accuracy. Don't go down that road." Okay. I would also say no cigarettes. I
Yeah,
would.
that'll never happen.
Yeah, never happened. Okay, yeah, good. Um, I'm sure it turns you off. Um, let's see. Um, oh, the elephant in the room. Male friends. How do you do? Do you have trouble with that?
Oh, great question.
Yeah.
So again, the ex, she zero female friends. This girl had all the red flags. I knew it
Oh.
too. I was like again, challenge, right? Like let's see if I can deal with every red flag the
Yeah.
book has.
Oh, I went through the
Um,
same thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep.
Zero female friends,
Yep.
like a horrible personality, and
There's a
I mean
reason. There's a
horrible.
reason she has female friends because
Yes,
yeah.
horrible person. Yeah, all looks has gotten her by. So she'd go out with guys in Austin. I'm like, you were sleeping with that dude. I know because you're honest with me. You're like, she's like, oh, I'm not sleeping with him now. I'm
Oh,
like,
but I
okay.
used
I'm
to.
like,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
yeah, her old hookups. She'd
yeah.
hang out with these dudes,
Mm-hmm.
just to lead them on, so they'd pay for her to go out with them. They'd buy her drinks,
Did
and
she
then she'd
admit
come
this
home
to
to me.
you?
Oh yeah, she was surprisingly for this girl, she was very upfront with everything. Like no, like everyone's like, "Are you sure she didn't cheat on you? Like she's like horrible. She probably lied to you." I'm like, no. This girl was very like upfront on everything. So I have to give her that on honesty. Yeah, she's
I
like, "Oh,
want.
I'm going out with this dude who I told you about.
I wonder if she
I'll be back
she.
with."
I wonder if she was on the spectrum of
Def- de-
psychopathy.
Definitely had that borderline
Yeah,
the
either
BPD
borderline
slightly.
or could even be psychopathy. That sounds way too self-aware. That could be psychopathy
Yeah,
straight up. Um,
yeah, I thought about that.
yeah.
Definitely
Okay.
very weird.
Okay. So you hit the red flag jackpot. Okay.
Oh, yeah, yes. But anyway, the guy friend thing doesn't bother me. I think
It should.
it just opens the can of worms though that I don't want to deal with.
Okay. I understand. I understand.
If that makes more sense.
Yes. I understand. I understand. Right.
Correct. Yeah, I'm definitely in your camp on the no
Okay.
guy
So
friends
you
because I'm
recognize
not
it.
gonna have female friends
Yes.
just
Okay.
out of respect for her.
I see what you mean. You
Yes.
right. It's not something that bothers you, but you recognize it as a risk enough to not have it on the menu. Okay, I see.
Correct.
I see what you mean. Yeah, yeah. Smart, very smart. Um, okay, good. Then you, as long as you know that, then you can enforce it. Um, are you good at putting your foot down?
It just in the relationship.
Yeah, like when there's when she's kind of being a bitch. Like, are you willing to tell her like, hey, babe, you're kind of being a bitch. Like, are you
Oh
are you
yeah,
good at that?
I am actually. That was one of the reasons we ended it is because I said she was being cunty for
Okay.
yelling at me and calling me stupid.
Yeah, no,
I
never.
was like,
Yelling is a no no. No no no.
oh yeah, and getting called stupid. I'm like,
No.
no, 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 no. I was like,
No no.
you're being a cunt,
Yeah.
and apparently that was me being the worst man ever.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because well, no one ever told her that. That's why she.
Oh, 100%. I definitely was like, I definitely know what kind of fiance you have. This
Did
dude is
she?
a pushover.
Yes, that's what I was gonna ask you. Is like, did she was the one who convinced him for the open relationship, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. He
Yeah.
asked her to move out of country with her for business. She's like, I'm staying here with the horses. Let's open the relationship. And I'm like, so you were already cheating on him with multiple dudes.
Oh, she
You opened the. I'm
was.
like,
But
yes.
you got with her
So
once. It was technically open,
open,
right? Okay.
open.
Good. Good.
Yeah,
Good.
I wasn't
Okay.
gonna do that.
Okay.
So
Okay. Good.
yeah, she had done all her horrible things before in the relationship. When he was giving her everything, she opened it up, and I'm just like, and she's like, oh, I can't believe like he would do some of these things to me. I'm like, sweetheart, no, 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 no. You are the bad person. I'm like, I feel bad for your dude.
Yeah.
Like this is a good
So
human
then,
being.
then,
And
then what is that? What then? So when you were first drawn to try and take her from him, you didn't yet realize how bad of a person she was?
correct. So
Okay.
at the beginning she didn't talk bad about him. She was like, hey, we opened the relationship up. He lives out of country. She's like, honestly, we're on the rocks. I'm like, she's like, we've had a good relationship for the past 6 years. I don't know if it's going to keep going. And so the winning part was more like, I'm not going to steal from a dude. It was more like, oh, this might come to an end. I understand. So let's see, like, if we have something here.
I see. I
And then
see.
we went down the rabbit hole. And then she started talking more and more and more. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. 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 I'm dealing with
Yeah.
the bad one in the relationship. Okay.
I was like, I need evac.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you just started not giving a fuck and saying whatever, and then she caught on that you were.
I Well, I didn't like ever give up. I was still working through it. I was trying to be again the best version of myself, supportive to her, not the pushover for her, but just again supportive in the relationship. It was again just trying to balance it, seeing if I could balance it.
Is
It's
she
a
redeemable? Did you ever think she was redeemable, or do you think she was beyond redemption?
I
At
did,
least now.
I did. So again, that's why I got back together with her in January when I moved to my new apartment. We started seeing each other again. I'm like, okay, let's see. She could be redeemable, and honestly, now I unless she comes to the realization that she's the evil one, which she's admitted to and
Yeah.
bad,
Yeah.
but she hasn't made any progress to change it. I'm it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah,
She needs to
sorry,
she needs to spend some time and time out in her next life, which is
yeah,
not going to be fun where she's going, but yeah.
because yeah, she loves men like love bombing her, and I'm like, oh okay. I'm like, I see these dudes. They have money, and they're not attractive, not good with women, and they're
Yeah.
just gonna love bomb you, buy you a Porsche 911. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Fuck
I was like,
me.
oh yeah, it was the perfect storm. I sent you a picture in the chat. You can look at her.
Let me see.
Uh,
In our Instagram?
chat isn't for
Oh, and here.
Zoom. Yeah. So there's the San Diego picture. She's the blonde, and then there's my other
Oh,
good friend
I
of
am not
mine.
surprised. I am not surprised. One look and that is trouble. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know
And then
that's
the other girl
trouble.
is a close friend,
Yeah.
beautiful girl too,
Yeah.
beautiful, perfect personality,
Yeah.
like perfect.
So
Like
it was
again,
like
this
it
that
was like
girl.
it was like an angel sucking your dick and then the devil starts sucking your dick?
Uh huh. Uh huh.
Yeah. How did they
Yeah.
interact with each other?
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep send you pictures from the event.
Okay.
So the interaction, so the blonde, it was like she's like, oh, women hate me. Again, horrible personality.
Yeah.
She's like, your friend's gonna hate me. We're not gonna get along. We're gonna fight. I'm like, nope, My
Uh-huh.
friend is perfect. She's gonna be amazing, and you guys are gonna get along.
Yeah.
So again, it ended up as a week event. Went to a
Well,
nude
that's the
beach
fun thing is
together.
because good people can actually hang around devils and have a good time.
Yep, and then it became perfect. Again,
Yeah.
V was thought she'd be like hated for her looks, and
Uh-huh.
like my friend would be jealous. No jealousy. We all got along perfectly. So
Good
yeah.
for you. Good for you. Oh, is that an anime bar? See the
Oh
Gundam in the
yeah,
back?
it's the Gundam. Yeah, I love that. It's a Japanese restaurant, but
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
oh
cool.
yes, I need the Gundam.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like it. Oh man.
So yeah, but yeah, she is. You can just tell she's trouble.
Yeah, no. Yeah, one fucking look, man. And I just
Yeah,
know it.
tatted up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The sleeve is the first giveaway.
That yeah, she has back tattoos like me. I was like, oh god, I'm sold. You know, the
Yeah.
clit piercing. I
Uh-huh.
mean,
She has a
I'm pierced
piercing on her
everywhere.
clit.
Yeah, clit piercing. I mean,
Jesus.
I have all my shit pierced too. So again,
Oh, on your
it's like an
frenum?
Avatar movie.
On your
Yes,
frenulum? Oh,
yeah.
Jesus. I have a very sensitive nervous system, so that shit would that would
Easiest piercing I've ever gotten,
really?
honestly.
I see the trouble you're getting into. Okay, now
Uh,
everything makes sense. I know why you get into
now
trouble. Yeah.
that's all clicking,
Yeah, you're a good person. You just roll with bad people because they happen to like the same things that you do. Um, but there's a difference. You go about it in a moral way sometimes, most of the time.
which
Uh,
is
but but
yeah,
but but
that's been
but
the fun game.
but they don't. Um, but that's cool that.
Correct.
But it's I don't know. I'm glad I spent my time with the Devils because I got to see where they're going and I got to see where I'm going. And then we reached a
Yes,
crossroads, and it's like, look, we had our fun time together, but you're gonna start going that direction, and I know where it's heading, and it's on a downward slope, and I don't, that place is real hot, so I'm done with that place. I want to go into the light. So
correct.
so you're you know okay, you're done with them. So okay, here's the next big thing I would say for you, and it would be the last like big uh it would be the last like oh yeah shit we're going on 2 hours. I mean this has been fun. This has been one of my
I
funnest
know.
coaching calls. We'll play Apex after this because I need to decompress. um, so the next thing you need to do is you need to focus 100% on integrity, like ruthlessly, right?
Yes,
You can smash once if you'd like, right? Just to give her some light, like, exchange that good energy. But then once you see the lack of integrity rearing its head, done. Like, cut it off like, Jesus casting out the vipers from, a temple. Like,
temple.
you just need to, like, become ruthlessly about virtue and morality and don't allow them to stick anywhere nearby you. Um, because the direction you're heading is very, very good. And I know you're the kind of guy who cares about people and wants to help people and you're willing to take a little bit of pain in order to help people. But as someone who also has that personality, I would say that overall it tends to be unprofitable to them. In fact, it even hurts them more because it reinforces bad behaviors because they know they can get away with keeping a shitty person, but then they have that great friend Dalton or that great friend Hector who's willing to, let them stay at their place for free, for 2 months, no questions asked, to buy them shit, to give them advice, to bail them out when they need money. Like, so they actually need to have bad shit happen to them so that they can have the wake up call.
True. Yep. No, I 100% agree with this. Again, I've always tried to be moral with the game.
Hmm.
I was like, again, it was even early on before it was kind of talked about too much. It was just the why can't it be done? Why
Yeah.
can't I be honest? And again, this is kind of what drew me to that comment on the video, where you're talking about just being yourself. Like the interaction doesn't have to be all like played meticulously. Like
Yeah.
I don't have to be indirect because it'll get me the best results.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just want to go and be like, "You're fucking hot. I
Yeah.
want to have sex with you,"
Yeah.
and women just be like, "What?" And like
Yeah.
some of them are like, oh, they're like not scared of you, but they're just like, oh, okay. They're like, and you're just like laughing at them,
Yeah.
like, but
Yeah.
it's like this is fun for me. I
Yeah.
don't know about you, but I'm
Yeah.
like loving this interaction,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's funny. Some girls are like, bam.
Yeah. It's just on.
But yeah, then you're like, okay, let me just go indirect this one because, but then you're like, I'm just it feels just so
It
calculated.
works. It works,
It
but
works,
it's not fun. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
yeah. But then it's like I don't have to lie to you about anything. Again, I don't feel good about lying. Again, I'm not here just to get in your pants. So why am I lying my way through interactions or why do
Yeah.
dudes do this? It's
Yeah.
like at the end of the day, like I just have more to keep track of in my head.
Mhm. Mhm.
All these other women I know I've told them everything straight up. I feel good about myself.
Yeah.
If they want to be with me, again, it's not rocket science
Yeah.
sometimes. I
Yeah.
think we just overthink it as men, right? We're so calculated.
Yeah. That's super true. Are you ready to do 100% monogamy?
Yes. So I've surprisingly never cheated in any relationship I've been in.
Okay.
I've definitely been the home wrecker, which I don't want to be.
Right. But you
Again,
never
you're
cheated when it was yeah, 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 yeah. No, I know. I know.
yeah,
I I ch- I never cheated on second girlfriend, the party, which is kind of ironic. The party girlfriend, the one who was the most promiscuous, I didn't cheat on. The first girlfriend, I cheated on her twice. I only made out with two girls. Oh, and I was in bed with another girl, but I did. I stopped myself from fucking her, and I also stopped myself from fucking the second girl where I was in her bed. So I cheated three times. Uh, all drunk. Not an excuse, but I was drunk. And then the third girlfriend, I cheated on her a lot. And I was like, it was in that period where I was like, well, why not? I was like, men should be wild and da 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 da. And I made the mistake
okay,
of just not telling her. That was my mistake. And then with
gotcha.
my wife, at first it was one-sided monogamy where I was free to sleep with girls, but I told her from
I
the
remember this conversation.
yeah, from the very beginning. I was like, look, baby, I love you so much, but da 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 da. And but then I eventually just I felt guilty. Even though it was agreed upon, I still felt guilty. And I was like, you know what? There's something here I'm not listening to. I didn't technically lie, but it's still not right. So
Yep,
I had like a few lays, and then I was like, nope, doesn't feel right. And I was like, go, 100%.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting how that works, like on your mentality.
Hmm.
I just knew it would weigh on me. I'm like, I can cheat, but again, what am I proving to myself
Yeah.
that women like me?
You already know that.
I'm like, yeah, if we're jumping into this, we're here for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Again, I don't want a relationship because I'm scared of being alone.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
want a relationship because, like, I see you, I see this, like, kids, the future, dying with you.
Yeah.
Why the fuck am I shooting myself in the foot on this one?
Right.
So, yeah. So again, monogamy doesn't scare me. It's again, the sex has to be good,
Of
the
course.
chemistry has to be
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But
As long as that's fine. Um.
yeah,
Yeah. You'll. I think you're fine. I think the thing that you need to just don't spend time with people who are bad. Just cut it off as soon as you see the bad behaviors. Um. I mean, if they're a human being, duh, they're gonna make mistakes. But you know the difference between flaws
correct.
and evil. There's a distinction.
Exactly.
Um. And then find the stable personalities and recognize that you have hit the ceiling of looks. It just becomes about diversity. So, you know, busty blonde, then, petite Latina, or, you can switch up variety. But you already know what you want. Your ideal type is a blonde. So, that's who you're going to be focusing on. And then what you can do is you can sprinkle some spice. So you can be like, if it's a blonde, I know I'm going for the jackpot with her. But then if I see another girl who just adds some variety, okay, that'll be fun while I'm working my way up to that girl. And just make sure, like I said in my most recent video, it's your North Star, but do not get obsessed with it. Just dig. Dig the hole. Don't get obsessed with the treasure beneath. Just
Yes.
approach,
Yes.
date, approach, date. Don't even look at it, because I'm the kind of person when I look at the timer, like if we're boxing, I look at the timer, it's over.
In that system, yep.
No, I can't. I know I'm that kind of personality. Don't look down. Yeah, I shouldn't look down. I got, I'm on the wire, and I just need to keep looking forward. So don't look at the goal. Just keep doing the process. Approach, 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 sleep, approach, fuck, approach, rejection, approach, blah blah blah, and it will emerge. It will emerge if you have that. Take a picture of your ideal woman, put it on your phone. I knew I wanted her to be blonde, and she turned out to be blonde because I hadn't yet had a blonde girlfriend. They were all brunettes. Um, but I knew deep down that I wanted a blonde. Um, I knew, a petite, big ass, don't care about boobs, um, you know, and I found what I was looking for. So, have that ideal in your mind. Be open to being surprised. But you'll pretty much get what you want if you put in the work. So, yeah, focus on the process. Stay away from shitty people, and the girl will emerge if you stick to the process and just be ready for when she does. And do not be afraid to pull that trigger when she does, because that might, I don't know, who knows. Everything sounds good in theory, but you might actually meet her and then you're like, fuck, do I really, you say right now you're ready to settle down, but there's a difference between saying
Right.
it and having it in front of you and pulling the trigger and saying it's time to go.
Yep.
um and you personally, I think you could pull off one-sided monogamy morally. So if you aren't ready to jump in 100%, you could try it, as long as you're fully honest with her. You're one of the people that I would be okay with like advising that to. But you know, or you just jump in. It's up to you. As long as you're honest, then and you have good intentions, then it's very difficult to go wrong.
Correct.
Yeah.
No, I definitely agree.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's been the plan. Again, once you focus on I need a girlfriend, or it just ruins it, right?
Yeah.
Like you lose focus. So
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with that. Just keep your head down, keep
Yeah.
trudging along.
Okay.
So
Good.
enjoy the process, right?
Yeah. Exactly. All right. So I think you know what you need to do. You just hopefully this kind of eliminated any like blockages you have, and now you're just like, okay, approach, 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 approach. Like, you know, I think you were just getting a little bit like distracted by some pretty lights. Like, oh, should I be worried about the hedonistic treadmill? Nah, just keep barreling ahead. Keep barreling ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's all it was. A little like existential crisis,
Yeah,
spice up life a little.
exactly.
So
Okay. Yeah, I'll send you my. I think you can tip me on PayPal or something. I appreciate it.
okay.
It's very nice. Um, and
No,
plus
yeah.
you're letting me use this on YouTube. So hopefully anybody watching, you've learned a lot. Um, and yeah. Okay. So let me go ahead and oh, if anybody wants to sign up for coaching, whoever's watching this, feel free to message me on Instagram. Link is in the description, and you'll get coaching like this.